Co-defensive coordinator Marvin Lewis joining us. Thank you for the time, Coach. We'll open it up to questions using the raise hand function. Please use the raise hand function if you have a question for Coach. First up, Jesse.
Hey, Coach, just really great performance on defense tonight. How would you rate the performance of the younger players in general on defense?
That was good. And it's always, this is a big game for Arizona State to play this in-state rivalry like that and bring that cup back to Tempe.
Michael.
Yeah, Coach, obviously congrats on the win. I know obviously it's been a roller coaster of a season, but coming into the fall, and getting to work with these guys, is this what you, if it had been a longer season, what we would expect to see from the defense? Because it just seems like, the motor that they all have, you guys, is contagious, but is this what, people can expect to see next year too? Because they were just, it seemed like you guys were playing with 12 people on the field, 13 people on the field at times.
Well, I think they've done a great job of establishing the foundation of everything defensively and the opportunity to go play after play after play. And tonight, other than that 4 or 5 play sequence, we didn't have that, my bad sequence where guys are making mistakes and errors and breaking down. And unfortunately, the offense takes advantage of it. If you don't have 11 guys working together, they're going to make positive plays. And hopefully when we watch this tape, we did a better job of that today.
Cameron?
Hey, Coach, you held them to 7 points. You guys also had 7 turnovers. Ever been a part of a game like that before?
It's the first time in my life I've been a part of a game like that. So, and I kept repeating that to the coaches on the sideline. I don't know how this goes, but we just got to keep playing. I've never been on the other side of a first half like that where you start to multiply, but I've never been on a game like this. No.
Doug.
Marvin, you've been in the game a long time, obviously. What kind of jolt does it give a sideline when you take the opening kickoff back for a touchdown?
Yeah, that's a big jolt, because we were teasing Jaden that he hasn't won a toss yet, so we could defer. And we literally got to go on defense first. So great job by DJ. It was about 8 yards deep. We're like, oh, no, DJ, and then it's gone. And he makes a great play.
Adam?
Hey, Coach. There's been a lot of shifting of when it comes to the secondary and things like that, but how would you say guys like Tamarcus Davis did in stepping up and finding roles when other guys couldn't play or situations like that?
We've been very pleased with Tamarcus. I think he's really matured. He's accepted the coaching. He's relaxed, I think, is the biggest thing. And he's done a nice job of just doing his job. And that's been the biggest thing, that these guys, they think they've got to make the superhuman play. Let's just make every play that comes your way.
2 more questions. Christian.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned how the defense sort of consistently executed all night. What was the key to sort of keeping them focused and even generating turnovers, even though the margin was so wide?
Well, I think they did a good job of focusing as we went through the week. We weren't sure who the quarterback was going to be. We knew who the back was going to be, and just understanding, again, the formations, the alignments, and so forth, and just execute your job and let it happen one play at a time. We didn't do as well on 3rd down early in the game, but we made some 4th down stops, which were big.
Last question, Hode.
Marv, I know you guys aren't making any excuses with how crazy this season has been, but do you think what happened tonight is a testament that when you do play the week before, when you're in a game rhythm, practice rhythm all week, that the results do show the way they did tonight?
Well, I do think it's helpful because basically it almost felt like we were starting over again, as we prepared for UCLA. But there's no excuse for that. So we just got to, you got to play when they drop the ball. You got to be ready to go. And I think that's a maturity level for these players to understand that as they move forward in their careers.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, you're welcome.
Thanks, Coach.
Welcome.
Offensive coordinator Zach Hill is joining us. Thank you for the time, Coach.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
We'll open it up to questions from the media using the raised hand function, starting with Jesse.
Hey, Coach, the sideline reporter for ESPN said she heard you say or something like that you wanted to demoralize them. Do you feel like that? Do you feel like that happened tonight?
Well, that was early in the game, and we were trying to set a tone, physically, and so, that was a mindset we wanted the guys to have and get after them physically, and we knew if we could run the football, that was a big key to this to the win.
Michael.
Yeah, Coach, obviously congrats on the win. I know I've asked you quite a few times, but I mean, the running backs being true freshmen, I mean, the physicality we saw, the speed, I mean, even you coming taking over as offensive coordinator, could you have pictured this from true freshmen though?
No, they're doing a great job. I haven't, those guys, Chip and Daniel and obviously Rashaad, in the mix too. And those guys are phenomenal backs. I mean, I don't know if, three guys in the country, that are better than those guys. I mean, those guys are really, really good. And being young, I mean, Chip, being as big as he is, and he's such a good leader, and he's a great kid, and the guys love him, and he's such a hard guy to tackle. And so, having those guys set the tone was awesome.
Oh.
So, Zach, I know that you guys win and lose as a team, but do you feel that tonight you really rewarded the defense for their outstanding play? Maybe it was a little different than the first 2 games of the year?
The defense did a great job. I mean, I haven't seen that many turnovers in a game. It was a couple that were left on the field too. I mean, they were dominating, and we got great field position, getting some momentum and getting the guys some confidence early. Being able to score on some drives, and then just kind of snowballed from there. And my hats off to the old line and the backs, and even the receivers. They're having to dive in there and dig out those safeties, and it was a physical game, and they did a good job.
Jeff.
Zach, it's hard to know when you're leading that much at halftime how to exactly handle the second half. Can you just talk about what you wanted to do there in terms of being aggressive but not sort of rubbing it in against them? And what did it mean to get Jackson He that touchdown?
Yeah, well, at halftime, we went over some of the things that we felt like were going to be good in the run game. We knew the safeties were low, and they were just loading the box, and so there was some shots that we were able to take because of it. Obviously, the one with Curtis down the middle, and not trying to rub it in or anything, but when they're loading the box like they were, it's tough to run the football too, and so I think it was after one of the penalties were second long, and but the guys executed. We knew we had some things on their safeties and some shots that we were able to take. She didn't throw the ball a whole lot. I think it was 13 throws, on the day. So, at halftime, and then for Jackson He, that's awesome for him. We're so excited once he got into the game, and that was actually so Rashaad, the one where he kind of went out of bounds. He thought he was setting up Jackson He for the touchdown there, and that was a little early. Okay, we weren't getting him in at that point, but Jackson being able to come in, that created some really good energy at the end of the game for the sidelines, and I know Jackson was excited about that. It sounds like a lot of people across the world are pretty excited about it too.
3 more questions.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. I just want to ask you what it was like to be a part of your first Territorial Cup. I know in different circumstances, but if you felt any type of energy or vibe with it. Yeah,
thank you. No, I appreciate that. And it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be with Coach Herm and this staff. And I feel very humbled, to be a part of this program. And it's really cool to see this rivalry and learn more about the history. And to start it off, having this be the first Territorial Cup for me, man, what a memory for sure.
Christian.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned the shot play with Curtis, but it seemed like even when they were loading the box with the safeties, you could still run it consistently. You were passing it when you wanted to. Were you seeing something else that just allowed you to have consistent offensive success?
It was really just the execution of the guys. we tried to keep it fairly simple with the game plan and to put it on them to just go execute. You know, we knew kind of what they were going to be in as far as defensively, and you know, just let them go out there and play. You know, not a lot of thinking and just be physical. And we knew we could run the football on them, and we did that.
Last question, Doug.
Zach, just what kind of boost did it give you guys when DJ returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown?
Big time boost. I mean, you got that energy, that momentum. You know, you're up 7-0 right off the bat, and you know, seeing his speed and him fly through there, that was awesome. He's going to be a really good player for us, and you know, the energy. But then at that point, it's like, okay, now, hey, let's focus back up. Don't get complacent. We got a long game ahead of us, you know. And I've seen plenty of games where you hit the first one right off the bat, and then you think you have that letdown. And so we were all the way through the first half. It was don't let up. You know, keep the energy up, keep focused. And we were just preaching that all game.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Co-defensive coordinator Antonio Pierce joining us. Thank you for the time, Coach. Once again, questions using the raised hand function, starting with Cameron.
AP, congratulations. You ever been a part of a game where you hold an opposing team to 7 points and force 7 turnovers?
Yeah, when I was a head coach at Long Beach Poly, 99-9, I got cussed out by all the local media, but it is what it is. So.
Michael.
Coach, obviously the defensive line has to set the tone with the linebackers, but I know it's a rivalry game, obviously coming off a game against UCLA and a kind of a normal practice week, but did you expect that from the defensive line tonight? Because they were just dominant.
Yeah, I mean, it's been no different all year. The number one goal always in defense is to stop the run and then be able to tee off on a quarterback and allow your guys to get up front and get after them. We've given Coach Rodriguez a lot of praise around here, and I think it's deserving, but also a lot of praise needs to go to the players for buying into what we're doing. Obviously, with a new scheme, new coaches, a lot of new things, man. These guys just keep chipping away. You know, kudos to them, but it goes hand in hand. As a linebacker, good D-line playing well, you make a lot of plays.
Tressa.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. I know you've been a part of a few of these, but where does this rank when it comes to Territorial Cup status?
Like this. Shocking. Score is shocking. We felt that we were the better team going into it, and guys played accordingly. They never lit off the gas defensively. The goal was to finish. That's something that we did not do. The first 2 games of the season was finish at the end of games or when we had a lead from our offense. We needed to do a better job. And I'm proud to see all those guys, all those freshmen and those walk-ons get an opportunity to play on both sides of the ball. And a gentleman from overseas, international. Now he's internationally known, so that's good. Got a touchdown.
Jesse.
Hey, Coach, you just mentioned the younger players. Just how would you rate the younger players on defense and their performance tonight?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I started the linebackers. 2 linebackers, 1 guy's had interceptions. Caleb McCullough with a diving one. Jordan Banks got in the mix. Connor Sully's been flying around all year. They've been doing good, but, you know, Ed Woods got a lot of reps tonight. You know, Keon and Kewan Markham did outstanding jobs. Tamarcus Davis, you know, he's picked up the slack with some moving parts. I mean, just a great overall team victory. I mean, we're going to go down here and watch the film tomorrow and beat these guys up on Sunday. But overall, man, you can't ask more from their energy, their desire, and their ability to finish the game.
Kent.
Yeah, AP, when you guys jumped on them early, I know sometimes coaches get worried, are we going to have a letdown? Did you have to say anything to guys, or could you sense that wasn't going to happen?
No. We were on them the whole time, all the way up until I don't know who the quarterback was taking the knee in victory, but we were on them the whole time. Coach Edwards was in our headsets, preaching that, telling the coaches to stay on top of the guys, and we did. And to their credit, they didn't blink. They were upset on defense when we were getting up, a first down or a couple yards. And the offense, once they got rolling with running the ball, you saw those backs kind of rolling through there. And I'm sure the offensive line has to be happy when you're going forward and playing smash mouth football. That's what it's all about.
4 questions. 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 4 questions.
I'm sorry to hear that.
AP, when you went to Tampa and recruited DJ Taylor, what did you see in him that you thought you guys could use?
10-7 speed. But you saw that first play, 108 yards, that guy was gone. Everybody in the headset's like, no, go. You know, that was the quickest no to go I've ever seen. But obviously an elite athlete. We've tried to recruit that throughout our time here with big athletes and skilled athletes, guys that can do multiple things. The guy that came in as a DB did a good job of that. And then you realize he had a knack for special teams. And then also you saw him at running back. So he's a guy that's just, you know, he's dynamic, a good football player with great speed and a great feel for the game.
AP, just the emotion of this, the emotion of this game, hanging 70 after kind of all the frustrations that you guys have had, not playing for a few weeks, losing a couple games close. What does this kind of feel like, and what does this do for the team?
Yeah, just a relief to get a win. It's been a long time since we got a win. And that's what we were preaching, play one game at a time. Nothing's promised tomorrow, as we've seen in this season with us, dealing with COVID. Just enjoy being a team. Coach talked about our team meeting, doing it for one another, going the extra mile, finishing, taking that extra step. And I think you saw that today. And not just from our star players, but all those guys. Man, we played a lot of young guys, a lot of walk-ons, man. And they had pride about playing in this game tonight. And hopefully that was on full display.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Coach.
Jaden Daniels is joining us. Thank you for the time, Jaden. We'll start off with questions. First up, Chris.
Jaden, how did it feel just, after kind of losing a couple games that were really close and then not playing for several weeks? It must have been a frustrating year, but to go out and score 70 points against Arizona had to have been pretty cool feeling.
I mean, it felt great, getting that first win in a long time. Winning makes everything better, so it just felt great going out there and just dominating and getting a win.
Jeff.
Yeah, sorry, thanks. When you sort of think about the history, what you know of this series, to be the quarterback of a team that scored 70 points, the most ever in this series, just what does that mean to you? I mean, this is a 94, the oldest rivalry trophy game in the country. To do something like this is really very historic.
I mean, it means a lot, but offensively, we can't give credit to ourselves. Without defense getting those 7 turnovers, we wouldn't be in that position to score that many points. So it's just, hats off to the defense. They played their ass off.
Tressa?
Hey, Jaden, congratulations on the win. There were a lot of cutaways on the TV of you smiling and having a good time. Just what was the energy out, especially during this big time game? You're usually very composed and kind of like not as, it seems like you're really enjoying yourself is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing we preaching every day is just having fun. If you don't have fun, then you're just going to be all stuck up. But, winning makes everything better. So, finally getting a win, you see a lot of smiles on people's faces.
Jacob.
Jaden, Zach Hill talked about how important he emphasized it was for you guys to stay on the gas after you guys got out to an early lead. What are some of the things that you said to your teammates or you made sure to do to make sure that happened, that you guys didn't ease off the gas too early?
I mean, just everybody knew that we had to finish games. During the silence times that Antonio Pierce got on me, just don't let up. He's got on me for just going out there and leading. So that's just the main thing. We just want to finish the games, and we did it here.
A few more questions. Adam.
Hey, Jaden. So one of those touchdowns was the long one to Curtis. I know they've kind of talked in the past couple of years of integrating the tight end position, but what'd you see on that play? And he was wide open when you hit him. How'd you feel to see him catch a touchdown and get involved with the offense?
Yeah, I mean, that's something me and Coach Hill talked about all week. Watching on film, we've seen that the safeties play real low. They're run heavy, so get a hard play action fake, and then we talked about all week that Curtis should be, or the tight end, whoever it is, Curtis should be open down the middle of the field at the perfect call at the right time.
Ode?
Jaden, I know you guys win and lose as a team, but do you feel maybe the first two games, the defense really played their hearts out, to maybe the offense didn't, repay, so to speak, and today, 7 turnovers, the defense forced, you guys scored 35 points off of it. It was just a different vibe, I guess, in that respect.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's times, we start on our offense that we could have been way better. Defense holding us in the game. So I felt like tonight we finally played a complete game as a team.
Last question, Michelle.
Hey, Jaden, how much good, I got to think that playing back-to-back weeks really helped you get in a rhythm. And how much did that help you just being out there a second week in a row?
I mean, it helped everybody get in the rhythm. Playing back-to-back weeks instead of playing one game and taking a month off, it helps everybody get in the rhythm of playing football again, like how a regular season would be. So it just helped everybody get in the rhythm. You've seen it tonight.
All right, thank you, Jaden. Jermaine Lole is joining us. Thank you for the time, Jermaine.
Sir, thank you.
Open it up to questions using the raise hand function for Jermaine. Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, Jermaine, obviously congrats on the win. I mean, I know it's been 3 games, but you've been dominant from game 1. How do you feel that your play and your dominance has helped Tyler out? Because, I mean, as a defensive line, as mates, you guys, like I said, have been very dominant.
I just like to give a lot of credit to Coach Rod. I feel like Coach Rod's prepared us very well. Him and the whole defense staff, they've been preparing us like for the longest for these past 2 games. I feel like we've been playing like real well up front. We've been just feeding off each other. I mean, I feel like as a unit, we're just playing better than we did last year. I mean, with all the expectations everybody had about us, I feel like we're doing way better than everybody thought we would.
Chris.
Jermaine, you're saying there that you guys are doing better than everybody expected, but how has what you have done compared to your own expectations as a group and just the amount of pressure that you guys are generating?
I feel like I'm doing all right. I mean, there's a lot of things I can work on. There's always things we can all work on, but I feel like I'm doing all right. I feel like we've just been putting a lot of preparation into this, and I feel like it's just paying off all the hard work we've done with Coach Rod and the rest of the defense.
Ode?
Jermaine, looking back, was it really hard to be that intense when you dominated the game and not let the foot off the gas? And maybe that touchdown that they scored on you very late in the first half was motivation to really shut them out in the second half.
I feel like the coaches did a great job on the sideline. I mean, they've just been in our ear the whole game about not letting our foot off their necks and stuff like that, and just keep dominating them.
Doug.
Jermaine, what did you see on the opening kickoff from DJ Taylor when he went 100 yards?
I knew DJ was gonna score. He should have had one last week. I mean, we all talked about it. DJ's real good. So, I mean, we all knew he was gonna score. It's just a matter of them kicking the ball to him, really.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, Jermaine.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jermaine.
You wasn't here when I said that.
Yeah, take off. All right, sir. He'll introduce you.
Rashaad White is joining us. Thank you for the time, Rashaad.
Thank you guys for your time.
Once again, we'll open up to questions using the raise hand function. Raise hand if you have a question for Rashaad.
And you can say he's the MVP, the Bob Moran MVP.
Okay. And Rashaad's been named the Bob Moran MVP of the Territorial Cup. First question's for Jeff.
Well, congratulations on the MVP. Can you just give us first off your feelings about that? And then Zach was talking about how you thought you were able to set Jackson He up for a touchdown and they didn't do it quite then, they did a little bit later. But what did it mean to you to see him score also later in the game?
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Really appreciate this. Truly honor and a blessing. For me, the award, to me, it's like it's an award that goes to me, but it's a team award.
I predicated my success off of all the guys, like on offense, even, guys in the running back room that pushed me, and the coaches that put me in great situations. So for me, the award it means so much to me, but it's to me, it's a team thing, and then, I had an outside zone. We was so pumped up. We wanted to get Jackson in there and get him a score, and that's kind of where my mom was at. I had bounced the play, gave a guy a stiff arm, and then I could have scored, but then I ran out at the 2 just to try to see if because I thought that we was gonna get him in there so he could get his score early. Send him score, it was truly an honor. Jackson, he's a friend of mine. We close friends. Been that way since I've been here. It was just honor, just blessed and happy to see him score and get the opportunity.
Adam?
Hey, Rashaad. So obviously, you had the big touchdown run and a huge play, one of the longest in program history. And then I wanted to also ask about what you saw from Daniel, because I know he's been a little bit limited in opportunity, but he got to play a lot more tonight, and he was part of the trio that kind of dominated on the ground.
I see great things from Daniel. Great things like, him just being him that the world and you guys haven't been able to see him because, me and Chip, been having it rolling and things like that. The things I seen from Daniel is what coach, and then the rest of it that he did was just his ability, his athletic ability, his talent that, he has. So I seen great things. I like how Daniel was running. The O-line was blocking, helping, setting it up for Daniel to run, and just like a lot of us on that run, credit to the O-line and the tight ends and the receivers because, they was blocking downfield and they couldn't let go of their blocks and things like that. So I credit that run to them.
Jesse?
Hey, Rashaad, I know you're a team guy, but you started as a red shirt at a Division II college. Just how gratifying is this performance in such a big rivalry game for you?
For real, to me, it's just a blessing. Like that's how I look at life where I'm at right now. It's crazy. Like I'm sitting here in front of you guys, it still haven't hit me. Like none of this haven't hit me yet. So still, and it's crazy. Like it's like if I feel like I'm supposed to be, like if I'm meant to be here, like if this is God's will. So coming from the journey I come from, it's just truly a blessing and an honor that these coaches and this team wanted me here and they took a chance on me. And honestly, it just shows out there like me working hard every day. That's all I think about.
A couple more questions, Michael.
Yeah, Rashaad, congratulations, obviously, on the MVP. To kind of piggyback what you're saying about the running back room, could you just feel defensively? You guys are putting up points. Defense has turnovers, but the wind getting taken out of their sails because, again, you hit them with speed, you hit them with physicality. You guys are running over guys. Could you just kind of feel the deflation from their defense?
You kind of feel that as the game is going on. First, some guys, they had a good game plan at first. It was coming downhill, safeties coming downhill. The box was kind of stacked. But as a running back and a runner, you just got to understand. Linemen, they can only do their job, block so many that they can block. You only have a certain amount of people blocking it. You kind of got to take care of the rest. So we just had a good game plan as ourselves. And running backs, our coach preaches, take what they give you because then look, never know. Like a 93-yarder, the chance come, the opportunity come, and you got to make the best that you can make out of it. So you just feel that and you go with the flow.
Ode.
Rashaad, just like Jesse said, you're definitely a team guy. You win a team, lose as a team. But do you feel this game was different because maybe against USC and UCLA, the defense was giving a lot of opportunities and maybe you weren't taking advantage of them? Tonight, 7 turnovers. You guys scored 35 points off of those turnovers. Was this a different vibe as far as you guys really taking advantage of every opportunity the defense gave you tonight?
We kind of preached on that. We feel like we lost some games that we shouldn't have lost. We kind of preached on that, and I feel like we took every opportunity, and the defense did their job. I just feel like it was a collective team win. It was special teams complete. It was a complete team win. Special teams did their job. Offense and defense, and it went from there. That's how I feel.
Last question, Logan.
Hey, Rashaad. What was the energy like on the sideline as you guys kept putting up points and kept forcing those turnovers?
The energy was great. Guys was happy. It was our first win of the season. This is what we've been wanting to feel. So, the energy was great. The motto was just, stay hungry. Every guy was preaching that, leaders, captains, coaches. And, that's what we wanted to come out and do. Make a statement, just stay hungry and keep going.
Thank you, Rashaad.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
DJ Taylor is joining us. Thank you for the time, DJ.
No problem.
We're
Thank
going
you
to
for having
open.
me here.
Yep. We'll open up to questions using the raise hand function. First up, Hode.
Hey, DJ, a lot of fans want to know, when you are fielding a kickoff, 5 yards in the end zone, 7 yards in the end zone, do you always have the green light, or is it just like spur of the moment, you take it out or take a touchback? I didn't think you take a touchback yet.
Nah, I just want to go, make a play, start to set the tone for the team, and just get everybody riled up and just do what I can do.
Jeff.
So in that regard, how did you feel like the energy just from the team, when you go 100 yards and basically go untouched the entire way? What was just the reaction to that, both your feeling and what you were getting from your teammates?
It was like a whole bunch of love, and just everybody kept telling me, "He's like, you gotta return one." And I told them I got them, because last week I almost had one. I wanted to do it this time and make it the first play. Once I heard we was on kick return first play, I was like, I gotta score, and just went out there and tried to make one.
Doug.
DJ, we haven't had a chance to talk to you. I know you signed as a defensive back, and you also played some running back in preseason practice. Just what's been your journey from the time you've gotten there to ASU to where you are now?
I'm not gonna say it's been everywhere, but it's been good. I like what the coach is doing for me. It's just like where they put me at and put me in a position to make a difference on the team and help the defense out. Like now I'm at running back, so now I give them like a good little look in practice and stuff, and then just being from a defensive player and then moving to offense. Even though the coaches do, I had offensive ability, and it's just like you can do it here. So just see if make plays.
Go ahead, Doug.
No, is it Herm told us that you told him when he told you that you were going to be the kick returner, that you told him you were going to return one before last week's game? Is that true?
Yes, sir, it was. I told him, I said, Coach, I got you one. Almost had it.
All right, last question, Michael.
To piggyback off that on the punt return, how much nicer was it to do it right in front of their sideline, first kickoff of the game?
I mean, first I watched it probably like 100 times already. Just looking like what I did, how I came back out, how I set the kicker out, and then just slide down on their sideline. I even watched their sideline like two, 3 times, like on the phone, just looking at it like it just looked like I just took all their hope out.
All right, thank you, DJ.
No problem, thank you.
Thank you.
Got Jackson He joining us. Thank you for the time, Jackson. We're going to open it up to questions once again using the raise hand function, starting with Cameron.
Okay.
Hey, Jackson, Cameron Cox here at NBC in Phoenix. Congratulations, man. Just what was that moment like for you tonight, getting in the game and playing and scoring like that?
It's unreal. It's unbelievable. Like I still didn't get out of there, man. It's crazy. Like all the support from my teammate and then all the love from everybody on the team. Like, yeah, the O-line really did a good job so I can get in. Yeah, I'm real.
Jackson, congratulations. I don't know if you know, but you're already trending nationally on Twitter, and I got to imagine that because China is as big as a country as it is, it's even going to blow up that much more. Are you already getting text or calls from China, or do you think it's going to come pretty soon? And how excited will it be to have so many friends and family from so far away congratulate you?
Definitely. I love I received a lot of message already. Like I strongly feel their love, like their passion for the sports, and then their love to me. Like I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. And yeah, all I can do is just keep running, keep working.
Michelle.
Hey, Jackson, how does it feel to kind of be the first Chinese-born player to score this touchdown in an FBS game? I mean, you're doing something that you're setting a standard for and an example for people from your country.
I'm just blessed to have this opportunity to be the first one that, but I am the first one, but not the last one. And there's going to be more Chinese stepping this stage and score.
Cameron.
Did you think that this would happen this year, or what were your thoughts, coming into this year? Did you think you would get this opportunity?
To be honest, like I didn't expect this, but I am always prepare myself to be the best I can be. And Coach Guano did a really good job preparing us to be the guy, just like professionalism, like just always be prepared.
A few more questions. Go ahead, Hope.
I don't have a question.
Okay. Chris.
Jackson, Mark Brand told us that you picked the name Jackson after Michael Jackson because you liked his music. First of all, is that true? And second of all, were you aware that they were playing Michael Jackson's "Beat It" over the speakers in the stadium as you were going in to the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's really true. Michael Jackson is I love Michael Jackson. And then my last name in Chinese, in English, like he's like, Michael Jackson do that. Yeah, but I heard them. They were playing the Beat It, but I don't know, like if the camera on me, I don't know, I would get, I don't know if my dance move that good enough, so I don't want to, but I was dancing a little bit, sure.
Garrett.
Jackson, after you scored the touchdown, I saw you kind of pointed at the back of your jersey and pointed at your name there. Just kind of, how cool was that? Just knowing you know how proud you are from your background and your culture.
Like I said, like it's unreal. Just like I representing something different. Like having this nameplate on my back is really cool, and I'm really thankful for the equipment room in ASU. Like every coach is like, it's just mad love, like crazy.
Tell them about when you first saw it.
Oh yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, I don't, my tears coming out right now. Like, oh my God, so excited. Can't believe it.
All right, last question, Jeff.
So Rashaad White told us that he was trying to get out of bounds so you could score even earlier. What did it mean to have a teammate do that for you? And what was your reaction when you saw how excited the sideline was once you did score?
Well, I really appreciate Rashaad did that. Like we're best friend, like out of the on and off the field, and then we hang out together all the time. It's just really like, I don't know what to say, man. Just like so much love from my teammates and my coaches. Like, whoo, that's crazy.
All right, thank you, Jackson.
Thanks, Jackson.
谢谢大家. Oh, and right here it says everything is possible in Chinese. Cool. I'm out.
Thank you, Jackson.
Thanks, Jackson.
Head coach Herm Edwards is joining us. Thank you for the time, coach. We'll skip an opening statement and go straight to questions, starting with Christian.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned a couple weeks ago, obviously, with the 3 games in a row canceled, how you'd sort of be trying to get some more younger guys in there. And we saw it today with Daniel, obviously, a lot of young receivers in the game. What are you sort of seeing as far as dividends from the last recruiting class, and what do you see as some of your things you can do in this signing period to take it to an even another level?
Well, we're hoping we can continue to bring in talented players. I mean, that's the key to it all. You're only as good as the players you have on the field as a coach. I think at every level, you know that. It's kind of one of those games, though, when you think about receivers, we only threw the ball 12 times. So even though those young guys might have got in the game, the ball wasn't flying all over the yard. I mean, 12 passes, basically, for the most part. We were able to establish our running game. Runners were the key focus for us going into this game. And they all got a shot at running the ball. And that was good. That was good to see.
Tressa.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. I'm just curious, in your long history of tenured football games, where does this one kind of rank in terms of excitement and just productivity?
Well, I think the excitement for me is after winning that game, regardless of what the score turned out to be, I was happy for our coaching staff and players. What they've gone through in the last year, you can't even, you have no idea. Can't even imagine. And there's no playbook for it. And I was just happy to finally see these guys win a football game. Because the last time we won a game was December 27th. But that was in the bowl.
Paul.
Coach, two things. One, usually this game is the icing on the cake game for the regular season. This year, it's the jump-off game, your first victory. Is there a different feeling in that? And then for the players like Chase Lucas, who's never lost to U of A in his Territorial Cup, what do you think that means to those seniors?
Well, I think seniors especially, I think the freshmen didn't realize it, but they got a history lesson this week. Former players, whether he's speaking in person or over Zoom, obviously. We talked about the history of this, and I wanted our freshman guys to realize that this is huge. This is a big game, bigger than they can imagine. They don't really realize that until their husbands and fathers, and they sit around the fireplace and they'll be talking about, ASU versus Arizona. So I think it was one that we wanted to give them some history of what it was about. And for a freshman to come in here and win their first game as a college football player, and this game, that'll go down as a mark of history for them as well.
Michael.
Coach, I know the one touchdown got called back, the pass to Jaden. How long was he lobbying for that play call from Coach Hill?
It's been in the repertoire. When they called it, I was kind of standing over there going, "Really? No." The trickery stuff. I'm not a big trickery guy. I didn't want anybody to get hurt, and lo and behold, we got a guy downfield. So it got called back. They should have listened to me. Should have saved it.
Adam.
Hey, Coach. One of the things that the other members of the coaching staff really stressed was that kind of mentality of don't let up. And obviously you score a lot of points in the first opening minutes, and then it just progresses. But what were you kind of telling the guys on the sideline throughout that first half, just trying to hold on to that lead and not really give in or get too comfortable?
Just don't relax. I was visiting with Marvin on the headsets because he's up in the box. When it got to 42, I believe it was, first half, I was talking to Marvin. I said, I don't know what to do. I'm scared to death. I said, because I know how this game has turned out, and sometimes what happens. And I said, this was the hardest I've ever coached on the sideline since I've been here, when we had that lead. And it was really telling players, do not get comfortable. We have to finish the game. It's not over. And I walked up and down that sideline. And if I saw a guy smiling, they couldn't even smile. I didn't want them to smile. I didn't want them just no. Don't even go there. Just don't do that. I saw that when we played SC. I saw it in the fourth quarter. We kind of just like, and I wanted to make sure they understood we cannot allow that to happen.
Doug.
Herm, DJ Taylor's opening kickoff, he was almost out of bounds when he caught the ball. What are the rules with him regarding when he can return?
The rules are real simple. We actually put him back there at 8 yards deep. We tell him if you can catch it 8 yards deep and you're going forward, come on, go. That's his rule. That's the rule. It's like, hey, 8 yards deep. Don't go backwards because you step out. If you catch it going forward, come on, you go run with it. And I know Marvin was up in the box, and Marvin said, "What is he doing?" And then he ran to the middle, and when he went to the right, I said, "Marvin, he's about to score a touchdown." And he says, "No." I said, "Yeah, watch." And he just, once he got to the sideline, his name, I'll catch this guy. That guy's really, he's like fast, like real fast.
Jesse.
Coach, just after what everybody's been through and what you personally have been through this year, can you just describe the emotions of getting this win?
It was a relief. I felt for the coaching staff, and I felt for our players. And that's what you do when you're the head coach. You take on the burden of all that. You really do, and you understand that. You understand that what people are going through. with this deal, and we started and we had to stop. And it's just, of keeping guys engaged in it and keeping coaches upbeat when you go play one game and you wait so long to play that first game, and then you have to wait 3 weeks again before you play another one. Just the ups and downs of this thing it's been something that I'm not familiar with. I don't think anyone's familiar with. You folks either. I'm used to seeing you folks, in person having this conversation. I haven't seen you folks in person for I don't know how long now. I see you guys on the screen, and it's what we have to do to protect each other. But I'm hoping this thing comes to an end sooner than later.
Jacob.
What was it like to see Jackson He get that touchdown, and what do you think it meant to the program as a whole? Because it seemed like everybody really got behind him.
Well, he's one of our favorites, and good young man. And going into the games, we just felt like if we got a lead in the fourth quarter, we wanted to play young players. And I told Zach, I said, hey, let's put the guy in. Let's see what he can do. Now, in my mind, I thought, well, we're going to put him in and we're going to let him run the ball. I didn't know we were going to keep a whole series in there. And all of a sudden, the guy's still in the game. I said, is he the running back? And they go, yeah. So he got some handoffs. He actually, I thought he was going to get 1 or 2 carries. And okay. But he stayed in there and fought them. And I thought all the players, it was just fun to watch all the players surround him after he scored. And obviously he got the game ball, gave him his first touchdown. So that was fun to do that.
2 more questions, Jeff.
To go back to Taylor for a minute, we talked about him last week and how he almost broke one and how he told you he was going to. What did it do when he actually did it, and what was the boost that provide for this entire game?
Well, I think it set the tone to start fast because we felt the energy, and I can't say enough about Kevin Summer. When you watch his teams compete here at home, they played SC, lost by 4. They played Colorado and really that was a tight game. The score doesn't indicate it. They actually had 2 opportunities in the red zone to tie them up, and one they didn't make, and the other one the guy threw an interception. But through the injuries, through guys opting out, how hard they played. And so I told our team, I said, look, they're going to have energy. They're going to play hard. They're like us. They want to win a football game. And I said, we have to start out fast. We have to make sure we can match their energy. And I never imagined 108-yard touchdown. When he caught it, I was like, I know he's coming out. And when he went to the middle and he broke to the right, I went, uh-oh. And once I saw nobody there, the bad angles, I said, he ain't going to catch this guy. He's going to run. And I was just hoping there wasn't a penalty, and there was not. So got good block.
Last question, Cameron.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. Congrats on just getting through the season. This might be a loaded question, but when you look back on it, you've been doing this a long time. What did you learn about yourself as a coach? Did you do anything differently? Did something surprise you? And just what are the emotions to get through it and to see that clock hit 0?
Well, I think it was an emotional deal in the sense that I knew the burden that the players were carrying and how they felt and how this thing started when we got canceled on March the 8th. And at one point, the season was postponed. We didn't know if we weren't going to play until the spring. And then all of a sudden, they said, we're going to play. And then the schedules changed and all these, and they had to deal with it every week. I was telling them another story until finally we got to play. And then we lose the way we did our first game. And then have to wait again another 3 weeks to get started again. And so all the emotions of that, and coaches as well, I felt it. I could see it in their eyes. And to their credit, they stayed positive. And that was my job, to come in the building every day and make sure that I kept them up and kept them having hope that we'll get through this. And if we just keep doing the things and just keep grinding and just pay. And the speech I gave the team today was kind of interesting. I talked about team and what team meant and the trust you have to have for each other when you go through things like this. And I think it resonated with them. I really do. and they took it and really played well today.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. God bless you.
Thanks,
Stay safe.
Coach.
Thanks, Coach. Safe travels.
And that's it for today. Take care, everyone.
Thanks, Connor.